Yo, this is Art the Architect with More Than Haircut Podcast. Got my boy Reggie Jr. in the building. What's up, bro?
Man, what is going on, brother? You said you were looking crazy as hell. I got you. Look. I don't know why I pulled my hairline out. Let me put that whole back in. Let me put that whole back in. Let me put that.
Man, I need to call this. Come on this right quick. Now, what's been going on during this quarantine time for you, bro?
Man, what you looking at on your screen right now? You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot beyond the curtain, though. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
being creatives and being artists, uh, you have to find your chi. You have to find your balance of feeling like, man, I'm not doing enough, or I'm doing as much as I can, or you know what I'm saying, or I'm just plain fucking up out here. So, like, as a creative and an artist, people used to making their money with, you know what I'm saying, other people.
Mm-hmm.
We learning a whole new thing. I mean, even what we doing right now, we learning that prehistoric way of thinking, you can still do it. You still got to touch humanity, but you also got to be in touch with whatever this is, what we're doing right now. Because man, a lot of people finna come out of this quarantine smartened up than they were before. If they
I,
if they if they want to use the tools.
One thing I can say, I definitely agree, bro. Like, I was just farming yesterday. We were setting up a farmland. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's not something that I would normally say. Is that just static on here?
Now I'm good to go.
Oh, okay. It just sounded like it was
Yeah,
static.
we gotta do a Zoom. You know, you can't have a Zoom teleconference without some
Yeah.
looking like Teddy Riley in this whole, like, you can hear me? You can hear me?
Hey man, don't fuck with Taylor Riley, man. I feel like
Hold
that.
on, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Let me go check my shit in the back. Hold on. You can hear that, Johnny?
Like I said, turn the sound up a little bit more. Turn the sound up a little bit more. That man had a full. That nigga had a full-fledged concert for no reason, bro.
But no, but it was for a reason. It's like, man, this generation is so crazy because
I don't knock him.
no. What I'm gonna say is, like, I think it was like one of those like famous old Stephanie Mills or something, like, tweeted out that, this doesn't define. It's all right, Teddy. It's all right. This doesn't define your legacy. I'm like, what the fuck are we talking about? Look, memes are defining niggas' legacies now.
That's
Niggas
correct.
is terrified of memes. And that man, he was like, I saw your memes. Whenever I heard Michael Jordan talk about being like,
Yeah, that shit was funny.
yeah, it's like it, he went big because, first of all, I mean, people know Teddy Riley songs, but how many of these new young motherfuckers know Teddy Riley? You know what I mean? How many? I just found out motherfuckers don't know who Elvis is no more. Who, like, this generation don't care. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, the songs ain't prevalent. So Teddy Riley, like, man, I'm gonna get my man. You got 500,000 people watching, including people that might not know who you are.
Yeah.
And if you want to be one of the greats, you go. I liked the angle he went in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it was too much for that platform. But I liked the. That's how you get to be one of the coldest niggas up.
Yeah.
You say, man, I'm gonna do a concert on IG.
But what was dope though? What was dope? Like I was referencing the fact that I was doing some farming yesterday. It's not something that is in my background per se, but my grandparents used to, they used to grow all kinds of spinach and lettuce and all kinds of stuff at the house, carrots and everything.
Right.
But it's not something that we always did. I wanted to, but it just didn't happen like that, man. But I'm
Maybe,
definitely glad. Huh?
I don't think the powers that be want you to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I ain't fucking
niggas
about the powers that be.
learning about them more, as far as just we've been talking about the stock exchange and stocks and shares and all this terminology we throwing around. But I'm pretty sure Tyson Chicken, don't want you out there starting a farm in this one, because they like, hey, we got Tyson Chicken Farm, I think, so you need to go ahead and get this chicken. So something like chicken. I don't think it's chicken no more.
No,
Uh,
I mean it's understandable, but what I was referencing to was it's a book. See, I don't know if you can see this shot. Can you see that?
yeah, I got it.
So it's a book by this chick named Alex Wolf, and her father introduced her to technology when she was young. So it really weighed on me because my brother actually introduced me to the chick, and then when she introduced me, it was like I had introduced my brother to this dude named Idris. So once he introduced me, I was like, man, this gonna be a dope book. This gonna be a dope, it was a dope interview that they had, and I was like, let me buy the book, and I actually bought it for my daughter as well as myself.
That's dope.
Yeah, and
So I mean, like as far as, do you feel like that really during this quarantine time, is that really your mind already was elevated? Let me act like I don't, stop acting like I don't know.
that's
You
cool.
already
That's cool.
think outside the box. But during this time, you find yourself taking in more non-technological things, like, you know what I'm saying, or you get the information, then you go find the books, and is that helping you elevate? You know what I'm saying, during this time?
Well, it's been a lot that I've been doing. From it's a guy by the name of Antoine Digital. He the brother went to prison, but while he was in prison, he learned coding. So when he learned coding, he started learning how to build websites and all kinds of other stuff. And from there, it was like, okay, let me get into a coding class. This was before the quarantine thing had started. This was like last year. So I got into the code. I got started, but I didn't get completed with the class.
Yeah.
But after that, I was like, he had a video game class that came up. I was like, damn, I'm gonna go ahead and learn how to do the video game. And that was right when the whole quarantine thing was starting off and popping off about coding. So in the midst of that, one of my neighbors in the area was like, I'm farming. You know what I'm saying? He got from Ghana. And I was like, I had already always had an interest in gardening because I went vegan years ago, tried it, it worked for me. I felt it. I felt it in my body, in my mind, spirit, everything. So when he said, I'm over here farming, I'm like, shit, just let me know. I knock on the door, I'll come over there and help out. So I've been managing time to be able to do that. Normally, I probably would be at the shop or I would
Right.
be at work. So this downtime, I've been painting, I've been drawing, been vibing, been recording music. Like it just made me do some more inner reflection, even watching videos and reading more. You know what I'm saying? Which I was always reading, but now it's like it's consuming me to the point I'm ready to produce some of my own stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's funny you brought up being vegan and how you felt in your spirit, because vegan, that's why your hair grow like that, right? Your hair, like your hair. I'm looking at your shit
Hey,
coming from under your cap like some sideshow, but
hey man,
like
that's how I feel right
being vegan. Cause look, see, I'm not vegan. I eat plenty. I've been growing my hair at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and like I'm not vegan, so if I go vegan, I'm definitely gonna grow a fro in,
man.
in,
I don't
in
know.
a month.
Listen, I
Cause
ain't got to afford it.
you were bald when the quarantine started. When you were bald,
Nah,
like
don't start
you
that.
had,
Yeah,
you had a season. You
don't
had the
start
night.
that. Hey,
You
don't
had the
start
19,
that, bro.
you had the 1997 Jay Z. You had a regular season, and that was the month it started. It's
Hey
been a
man,
month.
hey, my hair
I'm
do
just,
grow fast like that though. For real. My
nah,
homegirl was like, boy, your hair grow fast. Your hair grow big all the time, bro. I
but
just
yeah, man, this is cool, man. I like what we doing right here.
mm,
I'm glad you invited me on. You know, I got my own podcast that a nigga has launched and not done shit with, and then launched again and not done shit with. So I think it's time to go ahead and launch that hoe and do something with it. You know, it's three times, third time's a charm.
yeah, yeah.
So they say, whoever they is. So I appreciate you being on mine, and I
That's it.
got my shit coming up.
Look at it.
I guess I gotta get Zoom. Cause I kind of like the little split screen. You know what I'm saying? I like.
I mean, you can do Zoom or like just tap in on Anchor and send me a link, and I can always chime in from the microphone and
Gotcha.
put the headphones in. We could just go at it, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It's
Shout
nothing.
out to Highline Head too, man. I see the gear on. I want to go ahead and get my personal backing for that. I gotta get my Highline Head new design, new shirt, doing some big things, man. We trying to come out of this whole situation way better than we went in. You
I
know what I mean?
I agree, and like I think it's just a shout out to everybody that's been involved with us the past 20 years or so or more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's something that I've been wanting to do as a collector for a minute, but now it's like it becomes dire in everybody's life, and once it does, everybody wants to step up and be a part of it. You
Well,
can't.
I think having a checkpoint in the timeline is big too for certain things like this. Like you said, all this time you've been trying to get it together. Well, we've been discussing it together. Having this checkpoint in time in history where everybody has the same checkpoint. Because that's the thing, you know what I mean? Like we all went in at this point damn near at the same time, or right around the same time. And we gonna come out of it somewhere similar around the same time for people who come out of it. So I think this checkpoint in history is a big deal. That's why I said coming out a lot better than you come in. We all came in at the same time. So it really ain't no excuse. Because sometimes your checkpoint might be June 2016, where you was like, I'm ready to go. You know what I mean? Another nigga checkpoint didn't come for 2 years later. But by that time, you done got frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And you just like, well, I'm doing what I'm doing now. But this right here, you're right. It's the perfect time to go in and come out.
Because once you look at it, and I had to realize it too, it's like I can point fingers all day, or I can say, let me get my shit together, and as I get my shit together, this will give me time to work out any kinks that I've had to learn from, whether it was investing too much money or whatever. Now I can come back and say, this is something that I learned. It's just something that I bring to the table. So it's more or less like it's perfect.
Yeah.
You getting bad feedback?
I mean, I hear some over your. I heard like the feedback over your career, but I hear it fine. I don't have any problems. Well, hold on right quick. Maybe you don't know I got this in my arsenal. Do me, baby, tonight. Can you hear me? Y'all hear me all right? Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on, man. These motherfucking up my audio.
Hello? Yo.
Yeah, we good to go on my end. You good on your end? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you hear you?
So, I like that though.
Yeah, man. That's called a callback in comedy. That's called a callback. You know what I mean? But shout out to those two legends. I know we ain't talking about we whatever episode this is, whatever you gonna label it.
Probably like this season, like episode 50, bro. This that's what's called, bro. Like,
yeah.
Just glad that I've been able to be consistent.
Bro. Yeah, man. That's the most important thing. Self scoreboards are very important.
Yeah, right.
That's something that I've been on real tough, man. Keeping your own scoreboard, it's called an internal scoreboard is what I call it. You know what I'm saying? The world can have they score for you. You know what I'm saying? A nigga outside of your circle can look be like, man, this nigga is 7-32 in his career when it goes, you know what I mean? Your record sheet, or he down by 15 right now in the second quarter. I got my own internal score clock. So when I come off the stage from doing whatever I do, or battling or comedy or whatever it is, even with this, you know what I mean? When I go back and grade myself on this was a win for me. You know what I'm saying? Like I came out of it, I came in, didn't know what to expect, knocked it out, got something productive out of it. That's a win. So you can't let other people dictate your internal scoreboard. Like on my shit, I'm gonna buy a lot.
Why should we, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy a lot. Whether people see it or not, you gotta know where you at, and you gotta be real with yourself. Because when you lose, you gotta be real. You gotta be like, shit, that is, but be true to whatever your score clock is, man. If you know you up, don't let a nigga tell you are not up. Like, cause you got to stay forward. Because if you start listening to everybody telling you you're losing, you're gonna find yourself jumping off the fucking bridge one day, and that ain't what a nigga trying to do
at all. So like, would you keep reiterating scoreboard?
Yeah.
You got to chime in on this Michael Jordan shit.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say debate and all that, because to me it's not a debate, because it's different eras, it's different things during the approach of like time. So
yeah, I mean it's all subjective. That's why that combo is so that's why it's so polarizing. That's why it get motherfuckers in their feelings and it get people going because you said it's not a debate. It is. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yes.
for the people who care, everybody cares in some form because we all grew up with this. We all grew up with what our thought process was. You know what I mean? And I grew up watching Michael Jordan. I didn't watch. I didn't watch no help on my team, Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? I didn't watch that nigga because I just wouldn't watch. I didn't start watching basketball until 1991. I was like 10.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
Like
I caught on real late. You know what I mean? I would see this shit on, but I was a Transformers He-Man ass nigga. I was on my cartoons. I was on my I love movies, comedy movies.
Yeah.
That was my shit. Police Academy. Like I was real into that shit. You know what I'm saying? Stand-up comedy. But 1991, I never forget. I was at the Big Star. It was a Big Star grocery store.
I remember
Southgate Shopping Center. I never forget it. We were going out the back door, me and my grandma. And there was a nigga selling bootleg shirts. And I didn't even know what a bootleg shirt was. The only shirts and t-shirts I had seen was at the stores. I was new to the shit. And he had a bootleg shirt, and it was like the little drawings of Michael Jordan versus Magic Johnson. And Magic Johnson had a top hat on and a wand and a cape, and I love Magic. And I was like, damn, that's kind of cool. And the other dude just had wings on his shoes and his tongue out of his mouth. And I was like, okay, who is this? So that intrigued me. I ended up watching the finals that year. I want to say I watched game 5 because I think the Bulls won in 5. And I was going for Magic Johnson. You know what I mean? Because I was like, this. It turns out he's still one of my favorite players to this day because I do sports before I do sports. I was like, this nigga I don't think there's a lot of people like him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I knew enough to go to most of the point guards I had seen was little guys, and this nigga was tall. And this 1991 Magic. This right before AIDS Magic. You know what I'm saying? And I was kind of amazed.
Right before too.
Right, and then Jordan won me over too because I was like, oh, that's a dude with the wings on his shoes. And they won, and he cried. And then the next year, I watched the NBA the whole '92 season. So I saw the Bulls go all the way through, play Portland. And I was just like, oh shit! And I like matchups. Yeah. So I like seeing they had Clyde the Glide, they had Michael Aaron Jordan. Yeah. So once again, I went for Jordan. That was the year he hit the 8 threes.
Right.
The first half.
Yeah.
So like that's the Jordan I grew up with from 90. You know what I'm saying? 91 on.
So like
and he's great. He's great. What hurts Jordan's. The Jordan fans to me, you know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to, who you love, who your fans are. What hurts Jordan fans' arguments to me is they say what he would have been in this era. And this is what actually helps Kobe fans. In my mind, Jordan would have been Kobe. Like they would have been the same. Kobe ended up averaging 25 points a game for his career. 25 points and 5 some rebounds. 25 points even. I think Jordan would have been that. Now, you know what I'm saying? And niggas be like, oh no hand checking, and like, yeah. All that. I think that's what that Jordan would have been in this era because athleticism is what separated Jordan at his time. It was just like what separated Wilt at his time. We talk about you can't compare the eras. Well, we got to. If we gonna have these arguments. If niggas want to have these arguments, we gotta.
Now I want to have an argument.
But then what I'm saying, they do, but they just want to go, man, it's about rings. My nigga was undefeated when it came. Like, everybody can alter their argument how they want to say they do the best. Because there's a nigga right now that you can't tell. It's a 79-year-old nigga right now that you is not finna tell Bill Russell with the coldest. Man, can't none of these niggas fuck with Bill. You can't tell it.
That's a valid argument. Just like when you brought up the whole thing with the handshake. I always felt like, you know what I'm saying, the rules of engagement and the rules of the game, they favor the players now. So I do feel like he probably would have got a bunch of calls, you know what I'm saying? Like to have 8 free throws, you know what I'm saying? Like even like Kevin Durant had mentioned it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not saying that he couldn't play in this era. I personally don't think some of the players that play in this era could have played then. Not off of skill. I just
Right.
think off of the physical. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot. It's some it's some players that transcend any era, regardless. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess that's why I'm really just trying to focus on that. But what you just said was so real because what did you just infer? You just said they couldn't deal with the physicality of now.
Yeah, they could, like you said, it was a much more physical game because like the Lakers was physical with the Celtics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I watched it since I was small.
Right.
So I saw Isaiah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I had to go back and watch the highlights. So I do, like, I ain't just nigga up here like I didn't watch it. I'm a connoisseur of the history. So don't you think the physical, and this something I just want to caveat or just throw this in as you finish. The physicality, you don't think that the mentality has something to do with that as well? Like, you said, but you would have to, but what I'm saying is adaptability is key. Now, is it easier to adapt to different mind state? Now we talking different. We talking deep.
Different. Yeah.
To adapt to different mind state, or just get more physical, because athleticism to me transcends. If I have a quicker first step than you, yeah. I have a quicker first step than you. Yeah, but it's like if I get that first step drive and get clotheslined by Kurt motherfucking Rambis, am I still gonna take that first step? Yeah. Quicker, and that's the balance. I feel like
that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. As far as like, we don't have teams like we had. Like I was saying, the Lakers. Then it was the Lakers and the Celtics.
Right.
It became the Pistons. Then it went from the Pistons to the Bulls. The Bulls had to face the Knicks. Like that was some physical basketball. I'm not saying that the players couldn't handle it.
Well, that's the argument.
But I'm saying what made Jordan great to me was Magic and Bird saved the NBA. They saved the NBA at a time where like they were showing this shit on replay and relay.
Yeah, we always hear that part. The part that get me is motherfucker was smoking squares and timeouts and doing code in the background. Like the NBA was a cesspool. It's still niggas shooting off. Don't think niggas ain't shooting off. And it did, but with the corporate structure involved, they're not doing lines in the bathroom and bringing in hookers and tape delaying the game. So yeah, we know that Magic and Bird say the black and the white racial dynamic, the East Coast, West Coast, everything lined up perfectly for them two cats to save the league. Jordan picked it up, and ever since then, there's always been a torch bearers.
And like bearers now, you know what I'm saying? Like
bearers, right?
Yeah. So it's just being a former player and like knowing the levels that I played on and seeing like politics and all of that. What I didn't like is that it was a dude he mentioned on Facebook. He went to school with me, and I ain't gonna call his name because I ain't gonna give his ass no shine. I feel like a rapper right now. Right. But he just made mention that MJ wasn't the greatest. It was the fact that he was the greatest marketed NBA player. And I was like, I feel where you're coming from as far as marketing, because marketing has to do with business. But even when your contemporaries say you great, like Dave Chappelle, his contemporaries are saying he's one of the greatest.
Yeah.
When your contemporaries say you're great from playing against you and having to deal with that, I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, they
once again, are you saying that he's the greatest of all time? Because that's where that argument is always gonna be skewed.
I feel you, but I'm saying like I feel like he's the greatest from how he dominated the game. You know what I'm saying? As a player, from like you said, mental, being a shooting guard, and like really playing in the era that he did, and to dominate how he did over time. I give him the greatest. Right. I say Kobe was a great. I say LeBron is great too. Like I I can never negate that greatness. Even Bill Russell, even Kareem. Like, I think personally, and I've said this before, LeBron James is Scottie Pippen and Magic Johnson as one. He's a great all-around player. He's the greatest all-around player ever, to me.
So and to me that all around we can stop the conversation. And to me, you can't have the greatest of all time and then the greatest all round of all time. It's like no. Like if we just want to say, if we want to say the mentality, because that's what people always want to go with. They want to go with Jordan psycho, like nothing mattered but the win. Like that's fine. That's a form, but to me that ain't the only thing that should distinguish him from being the greatest of all time. Because we want to talk about strong mentalities, man. Whenever I get to this point, and I am pro LeBron in this because I've seen both of them in their primes. You know what I'm saying? In their primes, I've seen it physically with my own eyes. I always give LeBron the advantage mentality wise because the way I look at it, nobody in NBA history has ever had that amount of pressure put on them from day one. And I don't mean day one in the league. I'm talking about day one from the moment we saw him to the moment now. Yeah. Nobody. So you want to talk about LeBron soft mentally, or he don't want to take over the game? No, I'm talking about he don't want to take over the game, or he don't have that Mamba mentality. I've heard all these different arguments, and to me, they don't weigh up to a 13-year-old nigga to go from 13 to 35.
Well, I ain't seen him. I saw him. I say 15.
Well, the first time a nigga saw him on Sports Illustrated, first time I saw him, I think he was going into his junior year of high school. So yeah, 15. We talking about 20 years, 2 decades, simultaneously of either people loving you or wishing the worst on you. Yeah. Every time you pick up and play the game that you were destined to do. Like nobody's ever went through that. Yeah. Ever. So the Jordan, the psycho, like it's something wrong with LeBron. If you want to use, he has a sociopathic nature as a plus for him. Well, I gotta look at a nigga who have been in a fishbowl since he was a teenager. Yeah. And I don't mean just like Jonathan Bender or Al Harrington. Shout out to these niggas who went straight from high school to the NBA. Jermaine O'Neal. Shout out to all of them niggas. But but they never had this. Nobody's at Jordan didn't have this. We watching the documentary now, The Last Dance. Jordan, he didn't sneak up on people, but man, with social media, the times that we living in, man, ain't nobody dealt with what dude dealt with. And to make it to 8 straight so in my mind, I'm always
I feel like if Jordan had social media, it'll definitely be a different story. Because everybody don't want to take pictures. But it's like a lot of that shit was guarded. A lot of the behind the scenes was guarded until now.
So yeah, you about taking pictures. Yeah. So, you're right.
So again, like I'm saying greatness of all time is an all-around player because it's gonna be an argument with me on who is the greatest three-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? I might say Reggie Miller, might say Steph Curry, might say Larry Bird. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I feel like LeBron, like I said, LeBron is great. When I'm speaking of on the court and mentality and playing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I'm coming from. I'm not necessarily like, oh yeah, definitely the nigga got pressure. Like if he didn't have no pressure, I don't think it would have built him to be the man that he is. You know, no different than like.
But that is about having the pressure. It's about succeeding with the pressure. Like, and that's why succeeding. They like if a nigga undefeated in the finals, like nobody ever touched it. That's cool. I get that.
But it's more or less like when I'm speaking of on the court play. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't.
But that's what I'm saying. On the court.
But I'm saying I can't do nothing but respect his game, whether he win or lose. I'm a LeBron fan regardless.
Right. Yeah, ain't nobody saying you're not. What I'm saying is,
I know you're not. But I'm saying,
okay.
But I'm still saying, like, for me, I give Jordan 1, I give Kobe 2, and I give LeBron 3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
I'm
to
not
me,
going
in
on.
my
I'm
mind,
not.
that list,
I'm
and in
going.
my
I'm
mind, that
going.
list makes no
I'm
sense.
going. I'm going. Huh?
And in my mind, that list makes no sense.
I
Like,
feel. I feel.
like, because in my mind, I'm like, how is a nigga who was trying to be the other nigga go finish number 2 to the like,
What
like, that don't make sense to me.
I mean, I feel that this comes from a player that's. I'm saying like I done played against. You know what I'm saying? I done ran up against niggas. It's been up and down, and to even I'm going back to the contemporaries too when I'm speaking to like cats that made it to a higher level than me that have played against all 3 of these dudes.
But that's what I'm talking about. We all that's the basis.
I know.
What I'm saying is that's the basis we all use in our combo on. Because I know you keep saying you hoop. I hoop too. Of course, I didn't play Division One basketball, but I have ran up and down the court against niggas like I have played against Division One niggas. I done beat Division One niggas in 1-on-1. That's what I'm saying. So I ain't trying to. I say I'm the coldest non-hooping shooting ass nigga of all time. Like if it's a nigga who is not a hooper that can shoot, I am that nigga. 4 for 5 from 3. You know what I'm saying? 80% from 3 for my career in a real game. I'm just saying, well, we ain't finna talk, we ain't finna
talk about us.
We ain't finna piss and contest this so we ain't finna go accolades. All we can go on is what niggas say. And I know Larry Bird said that wasn't a Michael Jordan, that was God disguised as Michael Jordan. I saw all this shit. But LeBron contemporary, like I've watched both these folks. You couldn't shut Jordan down because just like I said, that like you couldn't shut him down because he was so crazy about his craft that he developed. You know what I'm saying? He put in effort. That fadeaway jumper was unstoppable. I remember in his prime. You could if he got that hole in the mid post, it was over with. You would just wait on him to turn around. He might miss that hole, but for the most part, he gonna nail that hole. But when you look at somebody like LeBron on the court, you know what I'm saying? Unstoppable. Put him on a 1, put him on a 5. Defensively, that gives me the edge on the court, LeBron. Of like defensively, I can switch from the 1 to the 5, and then on offense, I can play from the 1 to the 5. Do you understand? Basketball-wise, that's why he's the greatest basketball player I've ever seen because I've never seen anybody do that in basketball with the pressure, with the success. So we go pressure, success, skill.
So that's why I have like that's what a part of my thing is too. Like as a great, once you smell blood to me, and this is just me playing ball. I'm 6'8". I'm rocking a baby to sleep in the post. I'm gonna dominate from the post. I'm just saying like me knowing that I have a strength to dominate. Sometimes I don't see it from LeBron. I'm not saying that he don't take the shot.
But there's one basketball instance you just said about.
But I'm not done.
But he got flaws. I think his flaws are more that his system matters more to him. That's his flaw to me as a person who dissected it and looked at it. His flaw is like Jordan had the triangle. He saw what the triangle did, and he like, let's do this triangle. Kobe saw the triangle, said this what it is. Man, other coach, you can't come with LeBron with the triangle because LeBron gonna be like, I don't work in the triangle. You know what I'm saying? Put me in a 1-4 set. Let me run. You know what I mean? That's his flaw to me. The fact that he is not adaptable to.
I'm not necessarily saying. I'm talking about a game on the line. I'm talking about he done won some games. He done made some shots.
He done made a lot of them.
But when I'm saying, what I'm speaking on is like certain times when I watch and certain adjustments that didn't get made that I feel like should have, make them. Go ahead and make them. Not saying that like, all right, what's his record in the finals? Because I'm not even bringing it.
Yeah. I think the record is 3-6.
That he got 3 rings. I ain't got none. You know what I'm saying? I have none. So I can't complain about it. But what I can see as far as like dominance, he dominated in the post on these cats that you going against. Bring your free throw game. Bring that shit.
So you don't think LeBron has developed a post game that is up there with some of the greats? I've heard people say about his play, like, but you got to think about it. When he goes to the post, who do they throw on it? They'll throw a center on him. So now you want LeBron to force his action against a center. That ain't what he do. But when he has a smaller person on him, I've seen this dude go to the post, and I've seen him post niggas up. And then the other team makes an adjustment, and then he makes an adjustment back. Now you're going to put the big on me at the top, and now I'm going to take the big off the dribble. Or I'm going to drive, get the defensive collapse, and I'm going to kick it to the right man. I've always felt like that knock on LeBron don't hold water. You know what I'm saying? He makes adjustments during the game. Now, just because he ain't a killer, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like I've seen dudes. I've seen him.
I'm saying too. Like to me, I agree with what I was saying in the post, and I also agree with the killer instinct.
Right.
Like drive that shit home. I feel like that's one thing to me that was a knock. If I say anything.
Yeah.
Killer instinct. But it's like.
But that's subjective. Like you can't measure killer instinct. I think that's what that's all. Because to me, I've seen them be.
That's the argument, though. You know what I'm saying? But that's a debate. You good?
Yeah. But I just like all this is debate. But it's just like, how do you measure that? Because I've seen this dude be a killer before. I've seen him go into Boston Garden at the height of the Heatles. You know what I'm saying? If they don't make it back to the fight after losing in the fight, after not having their killer instinct against Dallas. Mm-hmm. And let's not bullshit here, because we can talk sports. I want to keep it on this level, but we all know it's room up and above that it's fuck shit that go on behind the scenes and some of this shit too. Put it this way, James Harden, the league MVP, only shot the ball 13 times in a game 7 1 year with a chance to go to the finals. I'm not gonna call that nigga weak, because that's not even weak. That's something else going on. But nobody wants to discuss that because it gets down the rabbit hole, and I get it. But like, they lost to Dallas the year before. That next year they come back and they gotta beat Boston in Boston in Game 6. I've seen whatever folks say he doesn't do enough, he's done it. And that's what I'm saying. What's enough? What's enough?
I mean, I think that's where the whole comparison with the LeBrons, the Jordans, the Kareems, you know what I'm saying? Like when they went to strengths, and I'm saying that LeBron didn't go to strengths. We could say that possibly that was the whole thing with coaching, because it's a lot of shit that he did without having a top tier coach.
Which lets me once again furthers my argument. My nigga is he won 3 rings as a player, coach, GM. I ain't never seen nobody do that. Once again, like a player, coach, GM. My nigga won 3 rings. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and to me, that's amazing to me. Like, nigga came in and said, I need this person and this person. That's what a GM does. A GM gets there and says, I'm gonna build this team
around the players.
And he came in and built the team around him, and then said, I don't really like, give me a coach that's going to let me do what I do. Like I said, that might be his only flaw, but what we look at as a flaw by others is almost admiration by me.
Yeah.
Because I know you can juggle mediocre things and drop the ball. Yeah. If you juggling being a player, a general manager, and a coach, and still having success in the process, and I will let it slide that you didn't try to beast on a nigga at the end of a game and you just made the right play. Because that's what you've been doing your whole life.
Yeah.
Now you was trying to be a GM, so that right play was a pass in the corner to your best 3-point shooter, which was Donyell Marshall. You know, that was in the early year. Like you should have been a better GM because you did everything right coaching, you did everything right playing, but your GM skills was to kick it to Larry Hughes.
So it's like.
But do you see what I'm saying? Real quick. Do you see the progression of LeBron to GM? Do you see we go from Donyell Marshall to Larry Hughes to Ray Allen to Mike Miller to Ray Allen to Kyrie? Not Kyrie Irving. But
it's grown. I'm saying, like, again, I'm not negating the greatness of an all-around player.
You know, that's why I put him number 1. It ain't you debating. I'm just you made your reason for Jordan. I'm just letting you know that's why that dude.
I respect it. We probably will never see this type of greatness, the way this league and the way things going ever again, bro. Like, How
Yeah, I don't want to
get it
believe
out.
it, but
I don't want to, but it's like, bro, the way they doing, the way this shit is going from. Let
yeah,
me ask you this. Um, Looking at what happened with what's the brother that came, James Wiseman. Look at what
yeah,
happened. Looking at
yeah.
what happened with him from Memphis. Shout out to Memphis, love my city. What happened with him, and then what the new college player, well, they was about to go to college, but they took the G League.
Jalen Green, I believe.
Jalen Green did it. Like, how do you feel about it?
It might be his name. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's Green. Yeah. Like, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like the NCAA fucked themselves, like, royally.
Oh, I love it. I mean,
I do too.
to even go back to revisit LeBron that point again, his speaking out on those issues
Yeah.
put him up there to me. He said it when it first happened, like there's if the G League start paying players, these top guys need to go. There's no reason for you to stay. There's no reason. You're not there to get an education from that institution. And that institution is not there to give you an education. They are there for you to get motherfuckers to come to the stands, to get into March Madness, to get the guapo, to be straight. So I'm like, I'm like, go. Yeah. I'm like, I don't fuck with. I've always had a weird feeling about the NCAA. Do I got lots of fond memories of watching March Madness in the tournament? Hell yeah! When I started watching hooping, I'm a Tiger fan, Memphis Tigers. You know, the University of Memphis, Memphis State, whatever you want to call it. Penny Hardaway. That drew me in, but it was that hometown feel when it got real corporate. And I guess 08 hurt. 08 hurt. You know what I'm saying? 08 still hurt. I watched some highlights the other day, and I was like,
my son, bro, and I'm like, how the fuck you don't foul these motherfuckers?
It was just so much, but I spoke it, and so I guess it didn't hit me as hard. It hit me harder than I thought, but I said that was gonna be the downfall with Calipari, and everybody knew my thoughts on Calipari. I thought he couldn't coach. I still don't think he can coach, and there's people that I respect that say he can. So that's why when you say the contemporaries, his peers, say, like, I get all that, but it's niggas I respect as coaches, basketball minds, who say who played for Calipari, you know what I'm saying? That said that vouch for this man. All I know is everything I saw, everything I spoke, I saw and it happened. You know what I'm saying? And it all came down to him not being that nigga in that moment. So those are like, if he would have been that nigga in that moment, he would have had another word for me. Yeah. But like, and of course, if Chalmers bricks that three, then we're not even talking about it. But the fact that it all happened lets me further know it shouldn't even been in that situation the first time. We'll hit the free throws when they matter. No, my nigga, I need you to recruit. You're a great recruiter. I need you to find walk-ons. You know what I'm saying? I need you to find 2 or 3 walk-ons that shoot 85% from the free throw line. Like, those niggas exist. Go find them. Like, but I'm saying, like, that's part of the being a great coach to me. You know what I mean? You know, you got to.
That's what I was gonna piggyback on too with LeBron.
Go ahead.
Him being, I agree, he's a great GM. He also sees the game like magic because he can recall a playback from 3 years ago to the T. Yeah. So the only thing with that is sometimes you need somebody outside of yourself to lay that out to you.
You're right. You're right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I say.
But I love, like I said, I love the combo. Matter of fact, this was gonna be the first topic on you know what I'm saying, the Sports Real podcast. I was gonna do because I know it's the biggest topic, you know. Mm-hmm. But and it's interesting to me because I know how I see it, you know. And like I was telling somebody the other day about a Kobe fan, I'm like, Kobe fans are the only one that ever put him number 1 on their list.
Yeah.
No, excuse me, like ever put him number 1 or number 2 on their list. On the greatest of all time. It's only Kobe fans. Yeah. And that's why when you put Kobe number 2, I was like, that's crazy.
I kind of say one lowercase a because it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like he mimicked his game so much off the mic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not.
But not even his game, his life. You know, after hearing about Michael Jordan not kicking it with the players on his team because they doing drugs, I mean, that's Kobe life. You know what I'm saying? Feeling inadequate, feeling left out, feeling alone where your only friend is the drive for greatness. So those are two very similar personalities. You know what I mean? And I didn't really aesthetically the way they play ball. I like watching LeBron more and Magic more. I'm a LeBron. I'm a sharer type nigga. I'm a nigga who like if I can visibly elevate my teammates. Now, I don't see practice. I don't see you firing on Steve Kerr. I don't see you talking bad to Ron Harper.
Yeah.
But I see you on the floor, man, making Eric Snow.
Great.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Making Eric Snow NBA Finals point guard, NBA Finals starting point guard, Eric Snow. I've only seen two niggas do that: Allen Iverson and LeBron James. And I know AI never be up in that conversation, which I don't know why, but I know how you feel about AI. But to me,
I mean, like AI,
he didn't do it consistently. That was his thing. He didn't keep taking Philadelphia teams to
he couldn't.
finals and finals.
It's all you can't shoot the ball 1,000 times and expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you need a shooting guard. I mean, a small forward, a center. They need the ball too. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta go to practice, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Practice.
I mean, even if you just coming, now that I understand, I definitely get now that I'm older to practice ball. You know what I'm saying? After playing 2K, and like, you know, after 2K, every time you do my player, every time you get through the game, they were like, you got to go to practice. But that nigga been skipping the shit out there practice, but the last couple of like, man, I'm straight. Practice. But at the end of the day, you got it. Sometimes you just go and just be like, what's up, y'all? Don't get these little shots up. I see you, Rook. All right. You play the game. You know what I'm saying?
Did you hear the Eric Hayes story though? Yeah, I'm gonna see you.
Yeah, send me that jump, man. But funny, if you don't want to keep us, how long we been going? I heard something beat. We gotta get them off this one.
I'm not tripping if we do or don't. Man. Let's see.
But man, good combos, man. But yeah,
I know you probably got, you know what I'm saying, situations and stuff to do with.
Yeah, I just got a couple of text messages came through. Yeah. But man, I want to say, man, shout out to you for having me on, dog. Love the format. Definitely, you pushing me forward. You know what I'm saying, to get better and to take my shit to it. All this shit is happening to elevate a nigga, which is what we started off talking about in the first place: progression and evolution and being better than you were a minute ago. Yeah. Like I like to be able to do that.
I feel like LeBron, what you saying, you know what I'm saying, in the sense of shit. It's certain things I've been saying since I was in high school, where like now it's only taking the people around me to another level, higher heights. I feel like Jordan at times where I'm like, hey man, some of these niggas I might have a chin check just for the fuck of it.
You know? Right.
Get up in like, hey bro, whatever heat I gotta take after that, bro, I'm not mad about that shit. But at the end of the fucking game, give me the ball, I shoot that shit. Well, I miss it on. Bitch, we lose. We win, bro. Like, I want to win at all costs. I want to win. And I want to see the celebration at the end. Like, hey, bro, we've been doing this shit. We've been doing this shit for too long for us not to win.
Yes, sir.
For each
all
one.
This.
Yep.
Yeah, niggas tapping out on 2020 already. I'm like, this motherfucker ain't done yet.
Nah, it ain't. Hell no.
This first quarter been rough.
Man, this roller coaster ride, motherfucker.
We definitely started off the game 4 for 19. We have started off 4 for 19 years old. Boy. You know what I'm saying? First quarter score, man, like, and then our defense ain't really been on point either. So we have gave up about 37 in the first quarter. And we have scored about 15. We down about 22.
Oh man.
Yeah, about 22, man. Second quarter just crank it up, nigga. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm gonna make a lot of good decisions and find the open man. I'm about finding the open man. Shout out to the niggas, shout out to the niggas who like, yeah, I'm just finna shoot this shit on 4 niggas because y'all niggas slow. Like that's the difference in mentality. And Jordan Kobe, like y'all niggas slow. I'm gonna shoot this shit on 3 niggas. LeBron, like, fuck no, I did my work off season. One of you niggas go hit this shot once I draw this triple take. One of you niggas go hit this shot. Either way it go, make the right play and make sure the bucket go in. That's what it's about. Like, not wasting the possession is the key. If we get fouled, you know what I'm saying? If we go to the free throw line, knock down 2, we hit a fadeaway 3 from the corner out of bounds, and we find a man on the backdoor cut, and we get the assist. Let's not waste the possession, man.
That's real, bro. Hey, man, shout out to you again, bro.
Appreciate you, dog.
You the first one I got a chance to do a video with. That's dope.
Yeah, like I said,
So like,
I ain't no podcast ass nigga, but if I can be part of history, I want to do shit that ain't never been done before. This shit ain't never been done before. So hashtag bars. I apologize if my shorts was too tight a couple times. I adjusted. I wasn't trying to get no camera
hey,
shorts.
bro.
For anybody who watching, for the ladies who tuned in and couldn't take their eyes off me, much love to you. For the niggas who looked away for 45 minutes to an hour, I appreciate you too.
Man, get off my goddamn.
I'm a comedian. All right, man.
All right, man. I appreciate it, bro.
Yes, sir.
Peace, man.
Peace.